so I'm checking out where we are in the little garden area. Lettuce is all doing pretty awesome. And these are all peppers. This third row here is peppers. I spent yesterday trying to salvage the tomato plants after they got blown over in the storms. And were really overgrown, so I tried to stake them up with some of the materials that I had here and prune them out a bit. Got another little tomato plant hiding down here. So there's this guy, and then this one, this one, this one, and then one more hiding there on the end. I had one in the middle that died. Just all of a sudden just crapped out on me. But, let's see, going back here, I was trying to see what was going on with my watermelon. Just looked weird. And it looks like I've got a volunteer tomato plant growing up right in the middle of my watermelon. Pretty sure that's not the same plant. That is not the watermelon. You can see the leaves look different, but they look just like these leaves. Plus the other watermelon plant doesn't have that. At first, when it was a little lower, I thought it just had kind of this core and then, these runners coming off of it. And then this started getting bigger and I was like, I'll be damned. I think there's a tomato plant right in the middle of the watermelon. So we'll leave it alone and see what happens, because that's kind of what this first year is like anyway. I'm just going to leave it there. We'll see. But yeah, the watermelon runners are really suddenly just going crazy. So there's this plant. And then I was over here checking this guy out. And look, I'm so excited. I had seen a flower here. But then look at this. Baby watermelon. How cool is that? I've never seen one before. So anyway, I'm pretty excited. And then the green beans that got put in the ground pretty late are right there. And the corn that also got put in the ground pretty late is there. Late, but it's growing. Better late than never. That's kind of my motto for life. I don't think this green plant's going to make it. What do you guys think? I don't think that's going to make it. I don't have the heart to pull it out of the ground, because, well, why? We'll see what happens, but I think that guy's a goner. So that's a little check-in for now. This little kind of thrown together garden area. The basil's going nuts. Parsley's come up. That's doing pretty well. I thought the parsley had pretty much died, and the basil, that's the plant that my cat ate, and it was like a couple of leaves and some stalks when I brought it out here, but it's doing quite well. So that's where we're at. And then the garlic bulbs. So just checking in with this messy little jungle of a garden, sort of, that I have going on. Let's see. So we've got basil over here, that basil plant that was like dying. Yeah, that's gone crazy. So I just pulled off all the flowers that were starting to pop up on it. And one of the parsleys is doing all right. The other one, not so much. So the emerald oak lettuce, I let all of my lettuce grow for way too long before harvesting it. Part of that was just lack of knowledge, and part of that was just being busy and losing track of time. So actually, I believe what's going on here, in fact, I'm pretty positive what's going on here with my romaine, is it's bolting, and I didn't know what that was until yesterday, but I noticed the leaves were just like closing up, and it wasn't nice and bushy, and it was getting really tall. And apparently that when it bolts, if you're not familiar, like me, if you're brand new to this, it is growing up, and if I'm wrong on this, you can feel free to correct me. But it's growing up, and it's going to grow like a stalk, and it's going to flower and go to seed. And so when that happens, your lettuce gets really bitter, is what I was reading. So I decided, I'll cut off a couple leaves and just see. Maybe it won't be that bad. Nah, it's bitter as hell. So pretty sure that that's what's going on here. Now with the emerald oak, I think I've got that right. The emerald oak, I could have started harvesting a lot sooner, but it's not bad. It's actually delicious, so I didn't wait too long as far as that goes. But I just kind of played around with, I harvested one entire head just because, and then on this one I played with just harvesting around the the crown in the middle. See, I'm learning my terminology. So this is where all the new growth is happening. So I just kind of played with harvesting a little around this, and I haven't touched the other two plants because I already have way more lettuce that I'm going to use. So I'll come back and start harvesting some of that in a couple of days probably. So my bell peppers, I'm starting to get a couple of little baby peppers in there. Look at them. So that's doing that. I'm not going to lie, I haven't touched the bell pepper plants. I don't know if I'm supposed to be like, I don't know, pruning these back at all. I have not looked it up. I'm not messing with the peppers. My tomatoes, I have pruned back some. Not like I know what I'm doing. I do my best. They look kind of weird and crazy. Part of that's because I didn't stake them for a long time. And finally got them staked, and so they're just growing funky shapes. But whatever. We're getting tomatoes, and that's what matters. So these are Romas. All sorts of Roma tomatoes growing on that one. This one's got a couple little, like, teeny tiny baby one there, and there's one on the other side growing. This is a beefsteak, I think. Or this actually, no, this one's my German queen, I believe. And then the others are, this is a beefsteak, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's a beefsteak. So there's tomatoes growing. There's tomatoes growing, and that's exciting. Oh, yeah, garage kitty got let out for the first time today. There's Simba exploring the outdoors. He's been in and out all day. He can get into the garage. So he'll kind of take a break and nap in the garage and then come out and explore. Let's see what else we've got going on in here. Charlotte is over there harvesting blueberries. Probably picking all the pink ones that aren't actually ripe yet. Or she's picking the ripe ones and throwing them on the ground. But, you know, she can only reach so many. Let's see. Okay, I'm really excited by the watermelon. This watermelon's going nuts. And I'm sure this is not an ideal way to have it planted, but I literally just threw it in with the space that I had left in my garden area, and I'm just kind of like having the vines go in between everything. And I don't know, it seems to be working because look, I got a baby watermelon. I think I've found about 6 so far. There's one there. There's one here. There's a little tiny one here. And I have just loved watching these go crazy. So it's two watermelon plants, and they're just spreading out everywhere. You can see this one's got just runners out everywhere, going on out of the fence. This tomato plant, I think I mentioned in a previous video, volunteer tomato plant. I'm not sure which kind that was. Maybe also a German queen, maybe? I don't know. This is a volunteer tomato plant that popped up. That's a volunteer tomato plant. There's one more. I just found like one way over. Oh, right here. That's not it. There was one in this corner I found today that was just starting. Like, I got volunteer tomatoes everywhere. I guess I didn't realize it was such a thing. Peas. 2 pea plants survived. Nothing else. Oh, wait, 3. There's one right here. I planted a lot more than that. They just didn't do very well. But we've got 3 pea plants that I guess are coming up. They kind of look like I need to do something for them. Like, do you stake pea plants? I don't know. I don't know what they look like. Never grown peas. I've never seen peas grown. And then the corn that got kind of thrown in the back here, and we'll see what happens. Some of the stalks that came up died. Some of them aren't doing so hot and might not make it. But a couple of them look good. So we'll see what happens there. So point being, it's kind of a mess, and like I keep saying, I don't really know what I'm doing, but there's stuff growing, so that's cool. So again, this is just my little starter garden area for this year. Threw it together with like no research, but you better believe between some trial and error stuff from this year and these, I am going to let these bolt and flower and seed and see if I can't like harvest some seeds from them. We'll see. Anyway, but yeah, you better believe that next year, between what I figure out through trial and error here and taking more time to research, it's going to be a lot better organized next year. Just to check in on the plan with that. So we have this little area here. I'm planning on expanding it out, maybe not all next year, but over time. There's Simba. Over time, I would like for this whole area to be garden. and then coming out this way. And yeah, pretty excited. Sunsets here are just incredible. Got a nice one. Looks like it's gonna be another good one. Let's check in on the girl. Hey, what you doing over here with those blueberries? What? Okay, don't pull them all off. Hey, don't pull them all off. Look, we've got to let them turn blue. So see, we've got lots of blueberries, guys. Lots of blueberries. Very exciting. I've picked a couple bowlfuls and sent some bowlfuls home with family. And this bush doesn't look that big. I have been amazed by how much comes off of this bush. And then its little partner bush, nothing. Don't know why. That's also a blueberry bush. I have no idea. Grapes. These need to be pruned back, I'm pretty sure. But I haven't had a whole lot of time. Okay, I haven't had any time. And also, there's Japanese beetles all up in there. And I'm sorry, I don't want to get up in there. Oh, look, these things are getting big. I don't want to jostle the branches because I'll get attacked by Japanese beetles. They're awful. But look at that. So these guys are starting to get pretty big. I think I got some video before of the little teeny tinies. Oh yeah, look in there. I've been told they're muscadines. I keep saying grapes. First when we moved in, at first it was pretty equal. People would say, no, they're definitely grapes, and then no, they're definitely muscadines. But I've had more and more and more strong opinions that they are muscadines. So, anyway. So that's the check-in here with the gardening, fruiting, bushing stuff going on. And the cat, where did he go? Where'd Simba go? There's Belle and May hanging out over there. Let's swing around and do one last. Oh, there's Simba. Look at him. The fig trees are going nuts. So I did get some figs off. I think I posted some videos about that already. It's funny. There were some ripe ones for like a week, and then now you can't find a single ripe one. But these little green ones are everywhere. So I'm assuming that in a couple weeks, it's going to be a fig madhouse. So anyway, that's what's going on over here. I say that by the time I actually get this video posted, it'll probably be a month from now. I'm really bad about taking these videos and not getting them up. All right, I'm going to eat some blueberries and go finish what I'm doing. Charlotte, can you say bye? And stop pulling the blueberries off the bush. You're not even eating them. You can.
An airplane.
Yes.
There.
Oh, look, guys.
I'm squishing
An airplane. Don't squish them. We eat them. Are you eating them?
Yes, I want.
Okay, go ahead. Eat one. I want to see you do it. Okay, now bite it. Yeah, you gotta bite down. See, she'll store them in her mouth and act like she's eating them. And like 20 minutes later, she'll spit it out. Uh-huh, you cheater. That's my girl. All right. Off we go.